Okay, so we're gonna analyze a game that I played a couple of years ago. This is a Blitz game, and I'm not gonna go too deeply into the analysis, and I'm also not gonna look too deeply at the computer lines because there's no point. So I had the white pieces, and it was a 10-minute game. So we each had 10 minutes, and my opponent played the Nimzovich defense. I played knight c3, avoiding d4 going into the main line. And my opponent played d6. Now I played d4, getting the center. And after g6, I played bishop e3. And I guess I could play d5 at some point. And I think my opponent was expecting d5 instead of bishop e3 because he went back to b8. So, well, if I had played d5, then this line is really good for white. But after bishop e3, he's going back with the knight, which violates a principle of chess, which is you don't want to move the same piece twice in the opening, and black is really behind in development already. So I bring my other bishop out. He makes a pawn move, c6. Now I have 3 pieces out. I have control of the center, and he's only moved 3 pawns. So this is already a pretty big advantage for white. After knight f3, he moves the knight yet again. At this point, I'm hoping that I'm gonna crush this guy because you can't play chess like this. And this next move I just played because, well, I like attacking and I know that the move is not sound, but I sacrificed the bishop to get some compensation, and the computer here says that the position is equal or slightly better for black. So knight g5, and after the king goes back, the computer actually likes knight e6, and then the queen can go to b6. But I played queen to f3, which obviously is not the best move. Now here's black supposed to be better because, again, the sacrifice is not correct, but it's just easier to attack than it is to defend. So I figured, why not? And the same knight moves again. I have 3 pieces out, 3 minor pieces, the queen, and black's king can't castle. That knight has been moving around, and all of the other pieces are still on the original squares. So here I played h3, which the computer hates, but I just wanted to stop bishop to g4 attacking my queen because I like the queen on the f line. After h6, I just go e5 and attack his knight in return. So we exchange. He takes my knight, I take back. Here, he should have taken with the e-pawn, which looks crazy because you're opening up the line for the king. The king can't castle, and I understand why you would take with the knight. It just looks natural. So I get a pawn. I'm still down a piece, but I like my position. Here I think the computer recommends king f7, but I think, again, a more natural move is bishop to g7, getting ready to protect the king. Maybe king f7 and bishop e6 at some point, just trying to get the pieces out. After rook d1 attacking the queen, he goes queen to b6, and here I decide to castle. Now I sacrifice the piece, and my opponent just gets super greedy. I think trying to develop the pieces would be much better than what he did. He just takes the pawn on b2, and I mean, I just like the fact that he's taking stuff because now I can attack. So here I obviously am threatening to win a piece with a bishop takes. So let's say, I don't know, let's make a bad move for black. Bishop takes, takes, queen takes, and you can't take because of the pin. So he goes king f7. I attack the queen. He takes another pawn. I attack the knight, which is pinned. He tries to block the pin with the bishop. Now here we were getting low on time, so I took the knight. He's supposed to take with the pawn, and here after rook takes, king g8, black is actually holding on. He might actually be better, but he blundered with bishop takes, and after bishop takes, pawn takes, rook check. I believe white is just better now. He should have taken with the king in this position. So go back a move. Taking with the king, and I believe here the position should be equal. But now, I mean, if you count the material, we both have 4 pawns, but black has an extra bishop. But here the computer says that white actually has +3, so it's like white has extra material. And after king to g8, I double the rooks, which, okay, they should be completely winning most of the time, but here in this position it's actually a blunder, and black has several ways to equalize. But again, we were running very low on time, so you see a check, you give a check, king h2, and now he goes queen to c4, and I play g4, which is kind of a blunder, but not really. So he takes, and obviously I cannot take the bishop because I lose my queen. So I have an in-between move. So I give a check, and after the only move, now I can check with the queen, and now it's mate. I hope you liked the video, and you can subscribe and like if you liked it. I hope you got something out of it, and thank you for watching.